All right, well, I'm in the middle of swapping out this trigger on this AR-15. I thought, you know what, I'll just do a video on it. So I just picked up this Rise Armament sporting trigger, I guess. This is what I consider like a field grade trigger. For hunting, it's 3.5 pounds. I think anything lighter than that, you know, with something you're going to use in the winter with gloves and all this other stuff. I mean, I wouldn't use anything less than 3.5 pound, but trigger pull on the stock Mil-Spec trigger on this thing is pretty stinking heavy. So I want to replace that guy, and found this on sale. I got this off of Midway for $99 for this thing. Read a bunch of reviews on online, and a bunch of trigger comparison videos and articles, and this kind of fit the budget and kind of the application. So I'll get started with this. I'm just going to take out the old trigger here, just using a regular punch here. These things are really easy to work on. Just drive everything out, let it unspring, and then get the trigger out of there. There we go. Don't lose the springs. Let's see what we got. There we go. So there you have it. Standard old Mil-Spec style trigger. Like I said, nothing wrong with this guy. Never had any issues with it. Super reliable, but a little heavy, so I'm trying to upgrade. For this guy, let's see what this is like. Nice part about this is no springs or anything. It's just a straight drop-in, trigger. All right. So to drop this guy in, we have to pull the grip. Right? Well, actually, we have to pull the safety mechanism or safety pin. To do that, you have to pull the grip, and I recommend taking the whole thing off. To do that, there is, let's see if we can see it. Yeah, there's a screw down in there, right? A bolt. So I'll loosen that up, pull this guy off, but be careful. There's a spring that holds the safety pin detent, so we don't want to lose that. So some disassembly required. This is kind of the crappy part of these things, is all these little pieces. But you can see there's the spring, sits in the handle. There's the bolt, rolls out the bottom. Don't lose the parts. It sucks to not have a safety. The detent is in here also. I recommend knocking that out. There it is. So after that's done, we can just push this thing out. Safety handle comes out. Now, finally, we can literally drop this guy right in. So, fits in there nice. Put the safety back. Reassemble that whole thing, pin it, and done, right? So, let's do that. All right, so I got this damn thing back together. This whole section is a real pain without all the fancy tools. You don't need fancy tools to put these things together, but man, it helps. All right. Anyways, moving along here, we have the trigger came with some pins, and what's kind of unique about these pins is they are tapped. Okay, which I really like the idea, but you put these pins in here and then screw them down tight, so no kidding, they're not moving, right? Which is a good design. I like that a lot. The other, the trigger that this guy came with in the lower receiver had these little thread-in caps, which they worked fine too. They have little O-rings that go in there. They worked great. Nothing moved. But I think this threaded pin here is a little bit more of a robust, kind of idea. So thread these guys in here, and if this is anything like a bicycle, bushings on your shock or something. You really just want to get these, get one side started. Try to get it somewhere in the middle, and then, you know, do the other side. So I'll get this guy tightened down, get it reassembled, and I don't know, try this trigger out a couple times. I will say this: you never want to fire this thing without the upper on. You can damage your receiver. So that's a no-no. All right, I'll get this back together and get the upper on it. All right, got the upper back on it. Sorry, got the bag on it. You know, it is what it is. But new triggers in here. Got this thing cleared. Let's see what this feels like. Ooh, nice. Oh man, that's a pretty big improvement. I mean, you don't need a gauge, a scale to feel that. That's good. Well, we'll see how it does in the field. So far, seems like a pretty good upgrade. I get some reloads going through this thing. We'll spend a little bit of time at it with it on the bench, and you know, if anything comes up, I'll keep you posted. But thanks for watching.